So, hi everyone. As Patrick already said, today we're gonna deconstruct content creation into very, very small detail to see all the behind the scenes, how it works in content teams and how, whether you're a business owner or CMO or like a part of content team, how you can boost your performance and get the best possible results of your campaigns and projects by leveraging both human creativity and AI technology. And I've been working with content for over 10 years already, and the biggest challenge that businesses, regardless of industry, have turns out to be production volume. And now, with the advent of and with the popularity of AI technology and people trying to test more tools like ChatGPT, DALL-E, Midjourney, and many, many others, it seems like it should have become easier and you must be saving time, but all these processes are not set up yet. And speaking to different people from different teams and companies, I see that there is more and more chaos and increasing budgets, although you can still leverage that to get your work done much easier and better. And this is not the only challenge that marketers are facing today. Considering all this AI hype, they also want to pursue the same goals as they had many, many years before and even 2 years ago. So through their content marketing campaigns, different creative projects, they want first of all to increase brand awareness and to attract more and more customers to their brand. They also want to build meaningful relationships with their customers and to establish this emotional connection with them, knowing their context, knowing their pain points, their needs, and many, many other things. And of course, they want to boost sales. And you know, every time we have this like mid-quarterly meeting at our company or something, we have this one person outside the content team who's like, okay, I have this great idea how we can boost sales just like to finish the quarter incredibly. And what we'll do now is that we'll just create this campaign and we'll have this chain of emails and we'll have this PPC ads and everything. And you know, to get that in point, we need to start tomorrow. So I have this great idea for the content team that what should you do is just like generate some text with ChatGPT or other AI tool and we'll have it going. And you know what I'm always doing at this call, although they are online usually, I'm saying like, no, we can't achieve all this. We can't achieve the goals of building meaningful relationships, of increasing brand awareness and boosting sales only with the help of AI technology. What should happen is that this should be like an authentic mix that of the technology and knowledge about human creativity and human creativity process that you're applying to your work. And this is how you can get the best results. So now, we'll be coming to this deconstruction process, and so we are on the same page. I will talk about different content creation stages that we at Deposit Photos and many companies that I've been working with as well in the UK and in Europe, they only have the same process. So usually it all starts with the research when you need to get more information, then you move to the conceptualization stage, which is actually the most interesting, but at the same time, it's the most difficult one. And then, of course, you move to production. And let's start with the first one, research. So I'll just bring a quick example. For instance, we have this annual project called Creative Trends, where at the end of every year, we release a huge report that names 7 trends that will dominate creative communications and predict the future of the creative industry. And like how it works for us, of course, we're posing a question. So through our research, what do we want to answer? Like for us, it's what 7 trends will dominate creative communication? So we delve into many detail. We do primary and secondary research. Then we start talking to people, to our 30 million community of clients, to our 150,000 community of contributors who upload their content to our, we do polls, we do surveys, we go to hundreds of events every year to talk to the community and to know what pain points they have and what's important for them. And after we've been collecting all this data, we also start presenting a hypothesis. So like, what these 7 trends can be. We might name 15 or something, and you know what is the best helper in this process is, of course, ChatGPT. So when it just became popular, like last year, we all delved into doing research. We've been writing some text. We've been editing this text. We've been asking ChatGPT to help us shape the hypothesis. We've been feeding it with our research. And as Dixon said, like the more you feed the ChatGPT or any other tool with information, the more right answer you get eventually. And we were so excited about the opportunities that ChatGPT for the copywriting team and for the content team has been bringing. And we were like, oh my God, all that work that took us a couple of weeks can now be done like dozens or hundreds times faster. Oh my God, this is so great. So let's just like fire the copywriting team and do all by ourselves. But you know, as you delve deeper into detail, such mindset can be actually a trap. So if you know there is this Dunning-Kruger effect, which means a cognitive bias when people, according to the lack of knowledge in a particular topic, tend to overestimate their abilities. And this is like how this curve works and how you feel when you're starting learning more about AI technology. So first, you have this like wow effect. Oh my God, this is what we had as well. So ChatGPT is almost like a real copywriter. You don't have to search for this content, and it's actually great. So, and it really works like a human, so I can get my work really easy done. Then you start exploring the topic and you move a little bit down the curve and you're like, okay, so ChatGPT is actually a large language model, which is basically a statistical tool, and it doesn't understand the language. It doesn't understand the context that your clients, your company, and the world is in, and it only produces you a couple of statistically plausible results that can't be true eventually. And then you have this, you know, how it's called in the business circles, like the desperation, the value of despair, where you think like it's not gonna work, and you're like, okay, so I can't use ChatGPT for most of my work, for creative projects, and this is not how we establish an authentic and meaningful communication. And you're thinking a little bit more, and you're moving down up that curve, and you're like, okay, so when we use ChatGPT, it's really great to use it to shape hypotheses, to do the research, and yes, you're ready to use it when you understand that the real value of ChatGPT is to help you work on your routine, mundane tasks, and with those tasks, when you actually don't need one precise answer in the end, when you don't have to get an insight that would power all your communication and inspire your audience. And the next stage is a conceptualization stage. So when you've done all this research and you've collected the data, you're starting to define the terms and understand like how would you like to shape your project or campaign. So for us, we're starting to define the 7 trends that will be popular in communication. Then we start to seek the relationships between these trends. Like, is there one unifying theme for these trends? What's going to be like the mood and the mood of the audience and of the creative world in the nearest time? And then you start formalizing it into design, into textual communication, any other case. And you know, this is the most interesting stage. So now we will break down it a little bit more into more steps. So the first steps is of preparation, and luckily we've done it with the help of AI technology. Then it comes the incubation and illumination, which are actually my favorite steps in the creativity process. And then you have the implementation, which we'll talk about a little bit later. So incubation, this is the process when you start feeling stuck. I bet every one of you have had this feeling when you feel like, oh my God, this project is not going to happen and I don't understand what's happening next. And you know, surprise, surprise, is that what you should do is you should simply give your mind and body some rest. So according to science, the best tools, the best that you can do for yourself, for your team, and for your creative campaign and the results you want to reach is to first sleep, to get the unconscious processing flowing. The second one is that you should do some physical activity. It shouldn't be like really tough, but you can go for a 2-hour walk or jogging or something, so you can switch attention and not think anymore about what kind of problem you're trying to solve. And after that, you should meditate. You should meditate to declutter your mind and to get all the thoughts that you don't need flow away, and to concentrate your attention on where you'd like to concentrate it and where it should flow. And because I'm a fan of meditations for the last couple of years, this is a quick example of what will happen if you meditate for 10-12 minutes a day. So you'll enhance your brain flexibility, you will boost concentration, cultivate positive frame of mind, help overcome inner and outer criticism, and many, many, many other things that all content creators and all people working in marketing on trying to create something of their own, they are all facing these things, and meditation is the best that you can do for yourself. And actually, I've been reading one interview recently, and if you've heard about Joe Dispenza, he's promoting this topic a lot, and he says, like, if you're just a regular person, you should meditate 10-12 minutes a day, but if you're really, really busy, you should meditate at least 1 hour a day. So this is like super and extremely important to give in the content creation process your mind a break. And illumination will happen. This is what all people call the aha moment, eureka, insight, whatever. But when your body and mind are rested, they will be able to connect the dots. So your brain will have this, so there is something that you know, there is something that is unknown and you don't know yet, but when you feel energized and when you're not concentrating too much on something, at some point it will connect the dots and the insight will happen. And this is a supernatural process that you need to understand and that you need to integrate into your routine at work, at home, whatever, so you get better results. So think about it. And we'll move to production. The production stage is also very interesting because this is where our design team comes in and we start planning and organizing everything. Then we're executing, and of course there is a big temptation to go, for example, to DALL-E, Midjourney, or other tools to bring some design ideas and to speed up the process even more. And our team has developed 3 questions to ask yourself when you're typing your next prompt. The first one is text-to-image content licensed for commercial use or large-scale distribution? If you are geeky enough, like I am, to delve into all the details and policy terms of use and everything of Midjourney and DALL-E, you'll find out that there are actually a lot of limitations. So, for instance, with Midjourney, you're not the owner of your images, or with DALL-E, you can distribute on large-scale campaigns, on political campaigns. You can't distribute this content on gambling campaigns and many, many other things. And when you answer this question, the number 2 is, will generative content affect quality and consistency in our communication? Because actually consistency is what makes the brand recognizable, and because the AI generative content results are not usually very obvious, so you can't expect what you'll get in the end. You probably will not be able to produce a big coherent campaign with the help of this kind of content. And number 3 that you need to ask is, does the synthetic content I created include bias, fake, or misleading ideas? So you've probably all seen these images on the internet, the Pope Francis wearing a Balenciaga coat, which is totally fake, Trump being arrested, or fake Pentagon explosion. All these things have been just generated by AI technology, and none of them are true. So when you're generating images, whether, I don't know, for thumbnails, for some social media posts, whatever, you should really check with your own eye, is it out of context or is it in the context? Does it include any bias? How would it affect our brand reputation? How would it affect our customers? And many, many other things that you should pay attention to. And the formula that we have created and that we are now applying a lot is that human creativity and AI technology is an incredible mix where you can really make a difference with your projects and get incredible results. So human creativity actually is a skill to build authentic, relatable, and meaningful connection with your audience. And this is what most of the brands are trying to do in the middle of the funnel. And then you can use AI technology as a tool to navigate uncertainty, to enhance accuracy, and to boost your performance as a team and as a brand in the whole. So I hope this talk was a little bit inspiring and clarification to you. So you now know how the content creation process looks from the inside. And thank you very much for your attention.